Hey guys, I'm meteorologist Chris Tomer. It's been a while since I did a video, but I was just sitting here putting some forecasts together and I thought, well, might as well just do a video. I'd like to start doing this more often as we slide into fall. I've got a bunch of projects coming up that I'd like to put on here. So, yeah, here we go. I've been just thinking about the monsoon. I've got some people I've been working with that are planning some big things. So we've been trying to work around the monsoon. It looks to me like we're going to get a surge between the 14th and the 19th, somewhere in there. That's Sunday through like Friday of next week. And we've got a busy couple of weekends in Leadville with the LT 100 mountain bike this weekend and then the big run next weekend. So yeah, I mean, we'll look at that in relation to some FKT stuff and some big climbing windows, which we have right now, but the door on that's going to close at some point this weekend. So we'll look at all of that stuff coming up. So here's what I had put together and I was looking at this morning. This is on my blog, christomer.com. I update this when there are big things happening, but I'm going to put more on it in the fall, and I'll, of course, pick up pace on the videos here as well. But this was on my blog, so subscribe if you haven't. That way, whenever there's something new, it notifies you. So in Leadville, this is what really sparked my motivation for all this. You've got the bike race this weekend on Saturday, the mountain bike, and then the run after that. It looks like to me we're going to straddle this surge between this weekend and next. There might still be some residual moisture late next week, maybe on Saturday, but I talk all about that in the blog post. And the temperatures to me look like they're going to be cooler as well by the time we get into next week. I think a lot of mountain temps are going to drop by probably 5 degrees, maybe a little bit more on some of the summits. So there may be a touch of snow very high up on some of these 14ers. And I did talk about a satellite view. In fact, I'll just give you the full rundown on this. So this is the latest water vapor. When you look at these images, the reds and the oranges are drier air aloft. So the plume, the heart of the plume, let me just put in the high. This is the key feature this time of the year, is wherever this high pressure is sitting. And right now it's in a position where it closes the door on the monsoon for Colorado. That's why we've got this big window right now. But the plume is being directed. Let me change colors so this makes sense. All this is being directed around us right now. This is where the heart of the plume is, with flash flooding. Utah, Arizona, even parts of Wyoming over the Tetons and Wind Rivers, Idaho and Montana also seeing this surge. Now, here's the thing about the monsoon. In Colorado, we're still getting afternoon storms. I'm putting check marks on these. But when you're in between, life is pretty normal. You have dry mornings, ample time for big projects, day climbs, all of that kind of stuff. But when the surge is over you, it just makes everything more likely. You may have rain in the morning. You may have thunderstorms that last late into the night. Doesn't mean you can't climb. It just means you really have a small window on many of those days. But if you're in between surges, by all means, go out and do, projects. Just plan on afternoon storms, and most times you'll be okay if you just plan on afternoon storms in between surges. But the thinking and what I'm seeing is that this plume is going to start to pivot and shift to the right on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Somewhere in there, the plume's going to just kind of swing back and forth. And so that's just going to give us higher percentage chances. So back to the forecast aspect of this for Leadville. Most mornings are dry until you get into the heart of the surge. Then you may have some morning precip. But truly, look at the percentages jump. And I consider anything over 60% that you're in more of a surge. So that's the afternoon of the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and there may be some residual precip on the 20th. That's so far out. I caution that, but I'll update this tomorrow and then probably the day after that as well to just get a clearer picture of this all the way out into the future. I also made a note on the cooler temperatures. It does look like there's some cold front involvement, so again, the temperatures on the 14ers are probably going to run 5 to 10 degrees cooler most of next week than where we're at now. So we could be in the 40s up there on some of these 14ers for highs with 20s at night. Talked a little bit about middle atmosphere, 15,000 or so. Moisture streaming in. You can kind of see it with the grains. Basically, the monsoon just increases dew points across the state. That's an absolute measure of moisture that just feeds in and fuels showers and thunderstorms. I put a point forecast on here, the digital product out of the Weather Service. You can kind of see it for the Leadville area at 13,000 by tomorrow afternoon into Saturday. So that's on there too. And subscribe if you haven't already. So I've been thinking about the monsoon a lot. I've also been busy with, let me transition over to this, a lot of teams around the world. And Alan Arnett obviously puts together a great blog. And he did something on K2. I've been busy the last 2 months with Pakistan. I had some teams over there and had a lot of success. But he goes in depth about this. And I had 2 teams on K2. Both were successful. I'll probably be doing some stuff with them. And I'll be putting that on this, maybe doing some sort of a podcast or a video or a write-up, and I'll be putting that on my blog as well. Sarah Stratton from Colorado, and then Eric Gilbertson and his partner Andreas and teammates. So I'll be putting all of that together. And Alan goes in depth and talks a lot about the issues up there now. K2 being more like Everest in a sense of crowds and all that. So it's all interesting. He talks about pricing and so you take a look at that. He's got a great summary. Dennis Arubko, who did a 3 for out there. Amazing stuff. So again, I'll be doing videos more often, I think, as we head into fall. I've also been putting together my winter forecast, which is going to come out probably in the next 3 weeks or so. And that's always a big deal. Always looking ahead to ski season. Love that. So always appreciate you guys tuning in here, and take care. Have a great day.